thanks for joining. Today, we're going to be taking a look at iSolved Talent Acquisitions ATS and the best alternatives that I'd recommend you having a look at. Now, iSolved was previously known as Applicant Pro. So do keep in mind that if you've heard of Applicant Pro, and you probably have as a popular ATS, they will now be known as iSolved Talent Acquisition. They've now become a full service hiring, recruitment, marketing, and applicant tracking in one. So this is a full service organization, especially for recruitment purposes. Now, as I've said, a new look, but the same seamless experience. So it's fully integrated with iSolve Talent Acquisition. It is used by a lot of popular companies out there. Overall, really great. It's a really great tool. However, I do find that I've had to look at alternatives in the past and I've come across some really great ones and those options that we'll be diving into today. So let's have a look. Jumping straight into it, number one on my list is Recruit CRM. Now, Recruit CRM is specifically designed, and I would say rather for agency recruitment. So do keep in mind that if you have been an agency, you are looking for an alternative to Applicant Pro, I would recommend having a look at Recruit CRM. It is popular and for good reason. So they are designed for agencies, but they do a lot and they pack a punch in terms of the tool itself. Now, as mentioned, it's in the name, they've got a built-in CRM specifically designed for managing candidates and clients and pipelines. So I quite like this. I find that a lot of the tools don't do the CRM part well, or they do, but they do that as a standalone service. So this is one of those tools that's kind of an all-in-one. I do like that. I do like they've got candidate matching. You've got the option to have biometric scoring and additional features. So they do have AI integrations available. And then one of my favorite tools that I've seen a lot of ATSs actually don't do this well is resume parsing. Now, if you've not heard of what that is before, this means that candidates would simply upload their CV, it will parse or transfer the data straight into the tool itself so that they don't have to go and enter in their CV or their resume step by step, which saves a lot of time and it leads to a really good candidate experience. So I do recommend having a look at them for that reason. They've got a lot of integrations, analytics support is really good as well from what I've heard. I haven't had to use it, so do keep in mind that if you are looking for alternatives, you do want to look at additional peripheral features like support to make sure that you're getting the best of both worlds. Again, I do like that they've got things like Kanban view so that you can move around your candidates through drop and drag and drop tooling, so I do like that as well. But overall, really great option to have a look at if you've not heard of them before. Next, we'll be looking at Greenhouse. Now, Greenhouse, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of at this point. They are really one of the bigger tools out there, a fantastic platform to have a look at, and specifically built with larger, I would say, larger enterprise organizations in mind because they are really customizable. They do have a lot of the additional HR features, so HRIS or HR information systems. If you are looking for kind of all-in-one tool, they really are a great option to have a look at. Now, in terms of the additional features, they've got things like AI recruiting, talent sourcing, scalable workflows, so a lot of customizations within the tools itself. And also a lot of collaboration tools, which I really like. So if you are quite a big team, probably one of the better tools to have a look at. If you've not heard of them before, go have a look at their website. They do have a lot of information available about the platform itself. So you can go and see what you would be able to do within the tool. As mentioned, additional HR features like onboarding. They do have a lot of integrations available with, I think, over 300 odd integration points, which is really great. So you can go and have a look at which integrations are available for you. And they've got a lot of additional things like really advanced analytics and reporting. They do have diversity and inclusion tools available. So if you are looking for something like that for your organization, they might be a better fit for you. As mentioned, I would say better suited for larger or enterprise organizations. So if you are a small company, probably not the best fit as an alternative for you. If you are a small company or agency that's been using just Applicant Pro, this may be the next step if you are a scaling organization that needs something a little bit like all-in-one enterprise level system for you. Now, next on the list is Zoho Recruit. Now, Zoho Recruit is one of those tools that I've come across quite a bit. I do like them. They are a really great tool to have a look at. They do have a free trial available, so if you've not used them before and you do want to have a look at them, Zoho is one of those that is a great option to have a look at. Now, for a small tool itself, I would say it's small because it's mostly small organizations that make use of Zoho. They do have a lot of customizations available, and you can set these up in terms of things like workflows, depending on what your workflow needs to do. So do keep that in mind that you are able to set up a lot of these customizations depending on what your organization is looking for. And in terms of the AI assistant, this is one of those tools that does have this in terms of the tooling itself as well, which I quite like. Now, as mentioned here, we've got things like custom automation. So if you want tools that push candidates through different stages in the process, this is one of those tools that does that quite well. And that being said, they also don't skimp on the integration. So not extensive, like 300 integration points like Greenhouse does, but they do integrate with all the popular tools like Slack, Outlook, LinkedIn, and many, many more. So overall, not a bad tool to have a look at if you are, I'm going to say, small organizations. And what's really great about them is they've actually got a forever free plan available. So if you are a bit cash strapped as a business and you are looking for an alternative to Applicant Pro and you do need something super simple, you can have a look at their free plan. It is limited. I do want to say it is limited, so you can see the tools that you've got available to you in this plan. Only one active job. However, if you've got very limited hiring needs, this actually might be a really great tool for you to have a look at. So keep that in mind when you are looking for alternatives. Really great tooling available. Next on my list is Workable. I love Workable. It's one of those tools I always come back to, especially when looking around the different options. You can set up a free trial and have a really good look at what the tool offers, which is really cool. Now, I do like this. You can populate this with sample data that is provided within the tool when you set up your free trial. And you can then go play around with a lot of the functionalities within the system itself, which I really like. I wish more tools did this. It's really great. You can see how things are populated. You can see how it would look. They've got different features available, and you are able to build up things like talent pipelines, basically a CRM of your candidates, and then filter depending on what you're looking for, different stages, added tags, and additional features within the tool. They're probably one of the best, I would say, like plug and play solutions out there. So just really easy to set up and demo, really beautiful, clean interface. I would say though that if you've not been in recruitment before, you probably would need to go through a bit of training to get used to how the tool works. And it's also because they've got a lot of features within the tool. So if you're needing additional HR features like onboarding, performance management, that kind of thing, and you've not done this before or had a tool that's going to help you manage that before, you probably will need some upskilling on the tool. So if you are a very small lean team that doesn't need all the bells and whistles, it's probably going to be a little bit too much for your organization. However, they are a really great tool to have a look at if you do need these additional add-ons at any point. The pricing is also scalable, so do keep that in mind. Last but not least on the list is NinjaGig. Now, this is probably one of my favorite tools that have come about in the last couple of years. And I love them because they've got flat fee structured pricing at $49 per month, and it's all inclusive. So you can go and advertise a multitude of roles. Pretty much unlimited applications are allowed. Really simple. Again, probably a benefit if you're a lean team or even an agency, or even if you've got bulk recruitment needs but you've got a small team. You can manage this all within the tool pretty easily. Once you've set up a job or two, you can templatize these and just re-advertise with these, which I really like. And that goes for the application questions as well. They do have a number of applications set up for you so that you can make use of these by selecting or deselecting these. And then once you've got your application questions that you'd like saved, You can then keep these saved in a global question library and reuse them at any time, which is really great. So again, if you've got lean teams, this is probably a really great option for you. They do also give you a career site that you'd automatically publish your jobs to. I really like that about the tool. If you were wanting to see what the candidates see, you've also got that feature within the tool, so that you can go and click around and kind of go and see what they would see. So that's one of my favorite tools that I do like to have available. Again, you can kind of go and see how the candidates would experience your career site. Huge plus to have within the tool. I do want to say that they do have basic stats in place. So if you are looking for advanced analytics and reporting, this is probably not the best fit for you. However, if you've got simple recruitment needs and you do need some basic reporting in place, a really great option for your organization. As mentioned, probably better for organizations that do have simple hiring needs or bulk hiring needs. However, overall, really, really great, easy to communicate with candidates within the tools while you can email straight from within the app itself, which is fantastic. Hopefully, this gives you some really great options when you are looking at options for Applicant Pro alternatives, or now known as iSolved Talent Acquisition. Thanks for joining today.